Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Hope you are well. So today's topic is the analysis of the part 3 of the poem The Lady of Shalott, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. So let us read this poem out. A bow shot from her bower eaves. So from the castle, from the chamber of the Lady of Shalott, in a very close distance, we can say a distance that is covered by an arrow shot from a bow. Okay, so there was riding someone. He rode between the barley sheaves. So he, that means Sir Lancelot, was riding his horse between the barley sheaves, between the barley field. The sun came dazzling through the leaves and flamed upon the brazen greaves of bold Sir Lancelot. So the sun rays were actually reflecting on the brazen, that is made of brass greaves is a type of armor, a covering of the body, especially the shin part. Okay, the lower part of our knee. Okay, so this is a type of armor, we can say. So this is actually dazzling in the sunlight that was coming through the leaves. Okay, in the next lines, a red cross knight forever kneeled to a lady in his shield. So actually we know that he is a knight, he is a knight of King Arthur. So there is a red cross, and in the shield, we can say, there we can find a sign that is actually showing a knight who is bowing before a lady. So this was much in common at that time when there was chivalry in the societal system. Okay, so that sparkled on the yellow field beside remote shallots. So this means that the shield was actually sparkling in the bright daylight, bright sunlight, and this was sparkling against the yellow field. Obviously the field is yellow because there are the ripe barleys. So the field was looking yellow, but in spite of that, obviously that is very much bright, but the shield is much more shinier than the field itself. Okay, so we can say this was actually dazzling beside the remote Shalott, remote or isolated island of Shalott. Okay, in the next stanza, the gemmy bridle glittered free, like to some branch of stars we see hung in the golden galaxy. So now there is the description of the horse, or we can say particularly the bridle that is actually attached to the horse. Okay, so this was full of gems, full of ornaments, and these ornaments or these valuable stones are glittering in the sunlight. So the comparison is very nice here, that in the night sky, when we see the galaxy, there we can see innumerable stars, and very much like that the ornaments or these gems are actually glittering in the sunlight in the bridle of the horse. Okay, the bridle bells rang merrily. So at the same time, the bell that was hanging from the horse's neck was actually ringing merrily, ringing happily as he rode down to Camelot. So he was riding towards Camelot, and from his blazoned baldric slung a mighty silver bugle hung. So from the baldric is a type of belt actually that is worn across the shoulder to the waist. Okay, so this is actually used to carry some weapons. So from the baldric there was a bugle that is hanging. Okay, so bugle is a type of horn, you know, that actually helps in the time of hunting. So there was a bugle that was hanging from his baldric, and as he rode, his armor rung beside remote Shalott. So while he was riding his horse, the armors were ringing. Okay, all in the blue unclouded weather, thick jeweled shone the saddle leather. So the weather was very nice. The sky was completely unclouded, there was no such traces of clouds, and as a result, because of the bright sunshine, the jewelries were very much shining, and the jewels were also attached to the saddle leather. So these actually is portraying the brightness of Sir Lancelot. Okay, so in the contrast, we know that the surrounding of the Lady of Shalott was very much grim in color, very much grayish, but at the same time these men, or we can say Sir Lancelot, is portrayed as very much glittering, very much shiny, that actually catches the eye, that actually attracts someone's attention towards him. Okay. The helmet and the helmet feather burned like one burning flame together. So the helmet that was also shining in the bright sunlight, and the helmet feather, the feather, or we can say the plume that was attached to the helmet, was also shining. Okay. So as he rode down to Camelot, when he was riding towards Camelot, going towards Camelot, as often through the purple night below the starry clusters bright, some bearded meteor trailing light moves over still Shalott. So there is also a nice comparison given here, that whenever we can see a meteor in the night sky, in the purple night sky, or we can say the dark nights, when we can see the meteors, that is described as having some beards. Okay, so very much like a meteor, that is very much glowing, very much glowy, we can say very much dazzling in the night, very much like that. In the background of the barley field, everything there is very much glowy, very much we can say shiny. In spite of that, Sir Lancelot, or his grandeur, was so bright that it is compared to the meteor in the night sky. Okay. In the next stanza, his broad clear brow in sunlight glowed, on burnished hooves his war horse trod, from underneath his helmet flowed his coal black curls, as he rode down to Camelot. So there is another comparison, that the hooves of his horse is actually shining also, and at the same time, from underneath the helmet, from the helmet we can see the coal black curls, the curls of his hair, that is very much black in color, that was flowing from the helmet. Okay, so he has curls in his hair, curly hair actually we can say, and this can be found when he was riding towards Camelot. From the bank and from the river he flashed into the crystal mirror. So we have already mentioned that the Lady of Shalott actually used a special type of magical mirror that helps her to see the external happenings, or we can say the happenings of the outside world of her chamber, and she sees through this mirror. So very much like the everything, or we can say the everyday incidents that is happening outside, and she can see everything through the mirror, very much like that she also can find very much handsome Sir Lancelot, who when he was passing through the river. Okay, so he was singing tira lira, that means some musical notation, that is very much onomatopoeic of the sound of the bird robin. So he was actually singing while going towards Camelot, and this was portrayed in the magical mirror itself, and she was able to see Sir Lancelot. Okay, she left the web, she left the loom, she made 3 paces through the room. So after seeing Sir Lancelot, the beauty of Sir Lancelot, we can say, she left the web, she completely forgets about the web, about the tapestry. She left the loom, she also left the loom, and she made 3 paces through the room. So she walked 3 paces towards the casement of her room. Okay, so after that she saw the water lily bloom. So for the first time she was seeing outside the casement, and we can say that this was very much with her own eyes, okay, without the help of the magical mirror. So we already know that there was a curse upon her, that if she looked outside the window, some bad or something deadly might happen to her. So now we can say that something is going to happen, some miserable thing is going to happen. Okay, she saw the helmet and the plume. So at the same time she can see the helmet of Sir Lancelot and the plume, the feather attached to it. She looked down to Camelot, then she looked down towards Camelot, the capital city of King Arthur, and out flew the web and floated wide. So as the curse already upon her, so the tapestry that she was weaving till date, that actually flew in the air and floated wide, so it actually floated and floated. The mirror cracked from side to side, so as a result the mirror that actually helped her to see the external world was completely cracked. And the curse come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott. So the Lady of Shalott is crying very high that the curse is already upon her. So here the poem ends. This part is not so much tough, we can say. So hope this will be helpful. If this helps you, then please give it a like, do share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not done yet. So thank you for watching this video.